In this video, I'll be talking about some startling new data that was recently made public regarding 26%, 32%, and $132 in relation to Social Security recipients, which includes retirement disability. The movie focuses on beneficiaries of the VA and spousal SSI and SSDI survivors. Let's go right in and go over every detail. This information was recently released, and I want to make sure you see it in this video, as, in the end, it has a direct bearing on your current monthly benefit. And in terms of the funds that will be placed into your bank account over the ensuing months and years, well, let's face it, over the past few years, as you can certainly all agree, these benefits have not kept up with the actual cost of living, despite the fact that cost of living increases have been very generous over the past few years. They have nevertheless been falling behind due to a number of factors. We know that this is because real inflation has been much higher than what the COLAs have actually been arriving over the past few years, with extremely high rates of inflation, which include 5.9% in 2022, 88.7% in 2023, and the 3.2% that is now projected for 2024. As for 2025, well, we have no idea yet, but the estimates are coming in at approximately 1.5%, which is not excellent at all, given that we know that inflation is still very high. However, the point of this video is that these benefits are well known to be extremely significant, and because this is what the majority of people getting Social Security payments actually rely on for the majority or bulk of their monthly income, recipients relying on them continue to fall behind, which is a really sad and problematic scenario. That's where this report and these percentages come in, and that's why I want to share it with you right now. Here's the thing. By sharing these reports with you, we can plainly see what is actually happening. The issue is, do you believe your local news discusses this? I seriously doubt it. Likewise, I also doubt it that your local paper discusses this. Maybe I'm just not sure what is covered in the local newspaper these days, but my point is this is most likely not discussed by many, and once more, we don't really see this information appearing all the time. For this reason, it is crucial to have a broad view of the situation to understand what is actually going on around the nation in terms of the beneficiaries are being negatively impacted by the rising costs and benefits, which together indicate that these benefits should be increased, at the very least, for the low-income beneficiaries who depend on them for the majority of their money. So anyway, before we do, I want to dive right into the numbers and break everything down for you. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm here for you every day, no matter what, keeping you updated and doing all the research so you don't have to. Check out the large subscribe button directly below the video. It's completely free to do so. Feel free to go back and view any of the other tens of thousands of movies on this page. I've broken it down to these videos, and of course, have been advocating on your behalf for a number of years. The television network, I've been there for you every day, come rain or shine, and I'll be here for you no matter what in the future, especially this year, as it's a very important year, with everything that's happening in November exactly. In any case, if you haven't already, please subscribe below. I sincerely appreciate your support. All right, let's go over the specifics of this. Let me go over the specifics of these percentages and explain what each one means, and once again provide you with some examples. By the way, if you agree with this, that is, if you think that these percentages and numbers are accurate, or if you think that the information being presented here is accurate, you can express your thoughts about this in the report. Is correct, please let me know. I think we can all agree, at least partially, in the comments area below, that this is pretty much the lifestyle we are living right now. So let's see how long this will last. Study begins in October 2013 and concludes, at the end of October 2023. Now, clearly I realize that October 2023 was quite some time ago, but this is what the report covers. It covers a 10-year period of once more October 2013 to October 2023 is a 10-year time frame. Now, imagine how much prices increased throughout that time for consumer goods, products, and services. And when I say consumer goods and services, I mean absolutely everything that you look at. In the economy, everything we purchase is made up of food, shelter, clothes, gas, transportation, and other items. How much do you believe consumer prices increased over that 10-year period? I'll tell you that prices and inflation increased by 32%. Increased over the course of those 10 years. That's crazy, by the way. And that doesn't even account for some of the significant inflation that we've already saw in the last months of 2023 and thus far this year for 2024. Excluding a few significant months as well. But during that time period, prices and inflation increased by 32%. That's a significant increase over a 10-year period of time, and it translates to an average annual growth of 3.2%. Recall the benchmark. For over the course of the last 10 years, the Federal Reserve and inflation are currently running a little hot. In fact, you can probably guess why Social Security payouts increased during that same time period. As I've mentioned the percentage a few times in this video, it increased by 26%. Consequently, benefits increased by 26% as a result of the COLAs, which incidentally average out at 2.6% year. Over the course of that 10-year period, benefits increased by 26%, during which time consumer costs increased by 32%. Okay, so there is a 6% difference. When comparing apples to apples like we are doing here, we can see from the numbers that the COLAs don't even accurately represent the costs and other expenses that actually occur, because most fixed income beneficiaries spend the majority of their money on transportation, housing, and healthcare copays, which is distinct from how the vast majority of people spend their money. Things like insurance, are really different from how other people spend their money, so we need to view it from a slightly different perspective. But first, allow me to give you a brief example. This is where the $132 comes in. So let's simply go back to October 2013 and consider what was happening at the time. Though I'm not really sure what was going on at the time, I'm just saying, let's just envision all of us, because I have no idea what was going on, and I don't remember back that long. With $100 in your hand, you enter any store, choose any, and purchase goods or services, whatever it may be, knowing full well that you paid precisely $100 for it back in October 2013. Okay. Excellent. We're satisfied now. Let's travel back in time to October 2023. You enter the exact same store, make the exact same purchase of whatever it was that you were buying, a product, a service, or anything else, and then you leave. At the checkout counter, and they say, your total is $132, exactly right, which is another example of the little scenario I wanted to highlight for you, showing how, over the course of those 10 years, the percentages of prices increased once more. That's quite simple. 32% or $32 on a $100 buy, right? Your benefits increased by 26% in the meantime, but here's something they didn't tell you. Although your benefits increased by 26%, did they also figure out how much your benefits were cut due to Medicare? Rise in the PERB premium. They don't tell you that, isn't that right? This report doesn't mention it either. Do they also tell you how much your benefits increased, but your other benefits like SNAP benefits were cut because of the COLAs? Don't mention that either, okay? Thus, while your benefits may have increased by 26% overall, I can assure you that if we looked at the money you actually paid into your bank account to support yourself over that same time, it would show a negative amount. This is far less than 26%. So a new analysis reveals that fixed income on expenses are currently slipping far behind. The reason this is so crucial moving forward in the upcoming months and years is because the fixed income beneficiaries are now again dependent on these benefits for their monthly income and lifestyle. And while this report may not fully capture the full scope of the issue, it is unfortunate that something needs to be done about it. Comes out and tells us that, oh, this isn't keeping up. This is showing us a big disparity, and this has a tremendous impact on the beneficiaries. In any case, we want to bring this to your notice once more because we need to keep an eye on everything that's going on. At the end of the day, it affects you in terms of your finances, perks, way of life, bank account, and the amount of money you have to live on. I would say that's quite important. though I would have to consider why I like to bring up these reports to your notice, so that's what I have for you right now. If you haven't done so already, please leave a comment, question, or piece of feedback below. You can also subscribe below, completely free of charge. Go ahead and show your friends the video on my social media accounts. Return to the channel and view any of the thousands of additional videos in the video library. If not, a selection has been made for you below in the description, or you can view some at the top of the comment area. Those out, and until we meet again in the upcoming video, enjoy your day, be careful, and have a good one.